Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Your Husband is Cheating on Us, Season 1, Episode 6. JD said some real things up in this episode. He said, talent may get you in the door, but it's your character that keeps you there. He ain't said nothing but a mouthful. I'm like, oh, MG, like he ain't playing around. So let's just get into the episode. We have Tandy and Leah. They're having a conversation early morning because they're worried about where, Jermaine's at. He's MIA. He's done disappeared. He has not been around. He hasn't been rehearsing with them. And they feeling a certain type of way. Like damn, he's the most important character on the show. He's the main. He's the lead. He's Marvin. And so it seems like they're very concerned, but it's like, damn, they should have been concerned about him a long time ago instead of focusing their energy on Deatra Hicks. They should have been focusing on him and making sure he was comfortable, making sure he was all together. And instead of everybody focusing on Deatra, they should have been focusing on their self. So moving on from that, we have Jermaine. He's talking about that he done rent him a room. He went somewhere. He went home and he got himself together. He got his lines together. He got it down packed because he's a story. He can do this. And actually, he's tired of the ladies, coming to him saying, Jermaine, everything's all right. Do you got together? We believe in you. He was like, I believe in myself, And he's also like, I got it. I did this. So he's on book. He knows his line. He's straight. He's on point. And so now they're getting ready for rehearsal. They go to rehearsal at the studio. And Jermaine comes through and he knows his line and he's putting the effort in, he's putting the character in, but he messes up like maybe once or twice. But other than that, he knows his line and it's all good and everybody's just so happy. And even JD's happy too as well. So now he spent some time with, Jermaine and so one-on-one time to practice, and Jermaine is so happy because he wanted JD to focus on him the whole time and give him some one-on-one time and just let him know who Marvin is. But like I said before, if he wanted to know who Marvin is, he could have learned from Deatra and Leah because it's their baby's father and Leah's husband that actually is Tony Grant, I believe. So he could have learned from them. So he's happy that he got his attention. It's about time. It's almost like childish where you need attention. Just do the best that you can, and a bad situation or a situation where you think it's not fair or whatever. Show your light, show your bright shining star and just roll with it and go through with it. But Jermaine is happy that he's getting some attention. So everybody's feeling so good about the situation that, Jermaine's on book, he's on point. So they all go out and they celebrate and, they're having drinks and they're eating, they're doing karaoke and it's fun or whatever. But Deatra gets on stage and, Tandy, Christy, and Jermaine are like turning their nose up like she sounds horrible, like she ain't good. So they're about to end the night and, Leah and Deatra is having a good time and they're having conversations, they're talking, and Tandy's upset. She was like, oh, fake. Kristen's like, oh, fake ass. And so they're upset that Leah is actually being cool with Deatra Hicks because they feel Deatra Hicks is a snake in the grass and they don't like her and they can't stand her and they don't want Leah to be all friendly with her and all this other stuff. And Tandy is just being nasty, just nasty. And Christian is rolling her eyes and Jermaine is just like, whatever. At this time and point, he don't care. They all think that, the friendship is fake, but they have children. Deatra Hicks has children, and so does Leah have children as well that are related. And so at some point in time, they have to get along. Some point in time, they have to make up whether they may not think it's real. Maybe they might think it's fake. But right now, they're trying to work out the situation is actually better for the children. And Leah also explains that this is why Tandy's mad because she feels like, Deatra Hicks is, playing on Leah's kind-hearted and wanting the kids to be, together and be siblings and get to know each other. But anyway, whatever way it is, she's doing what is right for her family, just like, Tandy did was right for her family. When her daughter's first day in high school, she flew on a plane and she left a job behind to go make sure she's there on her daughter's first day as a senior in high school because her daughter and her family is important to them. And you would think Tandy would understand that because she's a mother and she's actually older. Kristen and Jermaine, they don't have any children. They're young, so you understand why they don't understand. But Tandy's in her feelings. So Tandy has left and she has escaped and went away to go find out what's going on with the children. But before then, she let Leah know that, Ride My Pony, Genuine has called them, been in contact with her, and she's happy. I actually believe Tandy and Genuine are still in a relationship, and that's cool. kudos to them. And so now um, everybody's chilling, they're having a good time. They're at the house. Tandi's gone, and Leah and Deatra are having a good time. They're talking and conversating. And it just seemed like the house don't want them to be happy together. And I don't think Deatra or Hicks had done anything to them that was so vile that they have to behave in this way. Like they're getting paid. They're on a job. This is kind of like a reality show, but it is a reality show. But actually, they have a job to do that they have to perform among many people, and this is something they can put down on their resume too as well. Reality TV show and starring in a play and working in a play with JD. So you would think that they would be more professional, but no, that shit ain't gonna happen. There's a lot of people out here looking for work and want jobs. So all of a sudden, Kristen gets a text and she sees, oh my goodness, there's a new script. She runs downstairs. She tells the ladies, and she tells Deatra, and she tells Leah, and they're upset. They're mad about it. Jermaine calls, Deatra. Like, out of all people, he calls Deatra. He doesn't call Leah. He doesn't call Kristen. He calls Deatra Hicks. So it makes it kind of seem like he kind of likes Deatra, but was putting on the front maybe. So they're all upset about it, and they don't know what to do. They think this is the last minute. Why is JD doing this? This is unprofessional. This is this. This is that. And so Leah was like, I know JD. He does stuff like this. He would change the script in the last minute, the last hour. Any more time left, he would change it. And JD feels like he needs to change the script because it doesn't give the oomph and doesn't bring out the characters, which is probably difficult to read these lines and then memorize them, and then all of a sudden you got 2 weeks left and he changed it on you. But that's what happened in motion pictures, Broadway, and it can happen. So there's something they got to be prepared for, and plus they're getting paid for it. But nobody likes when they boss change up on them. They supposed to do this, and that. Then they come back like, you got to do this, and that, and also this. No one likes that, but either you roll with it or you roll out the door. So they're not happy about this at all. Jermaine is like, he feels like he's done. He just learned his line. He thought he was doing it. So now they're getting ready to go over the new script. And you got Deatra. You have, Jermaine. They're acting like church. They're singing in church. And Kristen is just looking like, I have no idea what's going on. I went to a Catholic church. And they're singing and they're going back and forth. And it's also very beautiful and very cute to see this as well as they're getting along. Now they're finally, Jermaine and Deatra are finally getting along. Then Leah joined in. And they took us to church. They took us to old Southern down-home church. They took us to church where the choir can sing, where everybody can sing, the preacher can sing, the first lady can sing, their children can sing. They took us to church where people put their money in their tithes because they want a show and they want their blessings. And that's the way they were singing up and down on that couch. And Christian was like, okay, this is too much. And then Jermaine started acting like he was singing Catholic for, Christian's, confessional. And that was really funny. She was like, yeah, that's just how it goes. But, Christian is also getting a good experience from these older, actors and seasoned actors too as well. Just, this episode, like, she's okay until the end. So now they're trying to do everything. And so then Jermaine shows up. JD shows up and he was like, I need you guys to meet me downstairs in the library so we can get this ball rolling. Christian is upset because they changed the script, but she don't really have a big part for her to be upset, but she's upset. And so now she tells JD that we're upstairs in this room. You come up here and see us. We ain't going downstairs. And JD was like, what? JD is like, what's going on? So he's waiting. He's walking around. And you have Deatra Hicks. She was like, yo, guys, I think we should go downstairs. I think we should go downstairs. I think we should do this. This is part of our job. Like, but if you guys want me to stay with you, if you guys want me to be with you, I'll stick with you. I'll go with the group because Deatra knows what happened last time, that she didn't walk out with them. And that's terrible, where you feel pressure to do something that you really don't want to do, but to have sanity in the house and sanity with, your cast members and your house members, that you just follow along with them. And so she's doing the Jesus move. She's doing the bathroom move. Deatra is like, come on. And Lee was like, you know what? I'll follow you guys. I'll do whatever you want to do. Blase in the third, but Leah's in her confessional feeling like, damn, I think this is unprofessional. We need to go downstairs. We're disrespecting the, JD. And so then they all agreed to go downstairs at this time and point. I guess Jermaine said, let's go downstairs. Let's go. So they're getting ready to go. And then Christian is feeling a certain type of way. She's like, well, I'm going to get blamed for this now because I'm the one that sent the text to him. And it was like, no, we're all going to stand together in this. And so they get downstairs to go rehearse. JD's gone. He's out the door. He was like, you're going to treat me like this? You're going to do me like this? oh no. And Jermaine, he's all happy, like, damn, Kristen got balls, she's standing up, she's doing this. That's a little bit part of privilege, where you feel comfortable, and standing up, because you got things to fall back on. This ain't your last job, and you just feel like you can do this. A lot of people, she doesn't have any fear. This ain't her last shot. She has plenty more years to go. And this rehearsal, and on the circuit and different plays and Broadway and music. So they go downstairs. Jermaine's gone. Jermaine was like, JD's gone. He was like, I'm not gonna beg them to stay. I'm not gonna beg them. What do I look like? So he takes off. He leaves, and now they're feeling like, damn, JD is so childish. He left. That's what Jermaine is actually saying. And so Lee is feeling a certain type of way. She was like, damn, I should have did it. And they're calling for JD, and he's gone. And they're like, oh my goodness, they're worried now because they don't know what's going to happen. And so and Jermaine, he just feels like, this is just way too much. Like, this is mentally affecting him. This is just too much for him to do. And so Kristen is she's worried now that she's going to get the blame, because she's the one that's in the text that she didn't want to go downstairs. So she's kind of nervous about the situation too as well. But she's bold to do that to her boss when she done already got into it with his daughters, even though his daughters were wrong towards her. So Leah was like, Leah was like, the director is calling the shots. We should follow the director and do what he says. When he tells us to do something, we should do it. And then, because now they're all going out to eat, and they're all feeling like, Deatra and, Leah are feeling like, we should follow what the director's saying, do what the director tells us to do. Is very important to do that. And because we have to have somebody in charge, Jermaine was like, whatever. Kristen's like, whatever. They don't really care. They're just like, yeah, And so, so now JD comes back to the crib, and back to their house, and they're getting ready to rehearse again. He tells everybody else, get dressed, I'm gonna have a car waiting for you. And he talks to Jermaine, and but before then, Leah says that, the script is hard, and she's worried about the script, but she wants to work, she wants to make it better, and she wants it to be successful. And Deatra was like, you know what, I'm willing to learn this new script, I'm willing to do this, I just want the play to go on, because, like Deatra, she feels like this is her last shot, so she wants to follow through. And Jermaine is just like, I just can't take this. Everything about this is just too much. So now they meet up in the house again, and so JD tells everybody, get ready to go to the studio, to the place to rehearse. And he was like, Jermaine, stay behind. And he tells Jermaine, and they're having a talk, and he was like, I don't think this play can go on with you anymore. I just don't think it can. I just can't use you anymore. You're very unprofessional. Now, he didn't say unprofessional. He was just like, there's things that they do a flashback, and JD was like, you fell asleep. In the flashback, you fell asleep. You couldn't kiss Deatra, and then on top of that, he didn't know his lines, and it's just like him not being a team player and just being difficult. And so JD's like, you was a stand-in, you was an understudy. Now I made you the lead because I believed in you. I believe that you can do this. But all this other stuff that comes along with it is just too much. I just can't do it. So you're fired. You are fired. But he says that infamous line that talent may get you in the door, but your character will keep you there. And Jermaine was like, my character is good. My character is this. My character is that. He was like, no, you're not. You're fired. He was like, I'm fired. What you mean I'm fired? Everything. Jermaine was like, everything about this play was just messed up and this and that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that serious. I believe Jermaine made it more than what it was. Like, he put himself in the mix of not liking Deatra and all that other drama, and then not actually learning his lines, and then just making it like it's so difficult to learn, what's his name, Marvin's lines, and thinking that he need one-on-one and he needs, JD to hold his hand when he does have experience as well. And so Jermaine gets up and was like, you ain't like Tyler Perry. This is just so unprofessional. So he leaves. He goes upstairs and tells the cast member that he's leaving. Deatra was like, why did he leave? Why are you fired? What did he say to you? He was like, I'm just fired. And so then, Jermaine, he calls Kristen to help him pack or whatever, and he was like, me and you are the younger people on the cast. We're working with a bunch of elderly cast members, so, it was good knowing you, good this, good that. He still has that negative attitude, but he said he's going to be fine, he's going to be all right. And JD said that he will hire him again, but he just can't work in this play. So now they're just like, oh, no, and then where the hell is Tandy? Tandy's MIA. She ain't nowhere around. And so Jermaine is going like, whoa. And then so they're gonna bring in a new player to take, Jermaine's spot. And I think he actually knows what he's doing. I guess he's a star too as well. So now we see Tandi's gonna come back, and her and Deatra Hicks are gonna get into it. They're gonna be going back and forth. And Tandi just, Tandi being a mother, Tandi just, having this new relationship with Genuine, the way that she's behaving is just not understanding. And it just seems like she's very like bitter towards, Deatra Hicks. But Leah did also say that Tandi knows everything that went on between Leah and Deatra in the past, so maybe that's it. But if Leah's not worried about it, as Leah's trying to move on forward, why can't you move on forward too, Tandi? Hold your mule, hold your tongue, and just focus on the play. So we'll see what happens. Let's see if there's going to be any repercussions for Tandi just bouncing and leaving and didn't even tell JD. But nothing got done in the mix of, Tandi being gone, because they didn't really do no rehearsal because it was back and forth. He said, she said. So it's over. And Jermaine thinks that, JD's going to play all the roles, but he's not. He's not going to play Marvin. He brings somebody in. Peace out, one love. This was a good episode. Damn, Jermaine done bit the dust.